To Clinchfield Thursday. We're going to be taking this F7 on a service. Just had it picked. Where did it go? There we go. Let's do a later in the day service. Yeah, here we go. We're going to run this hot shot service named the Florida Perishables Northbound as far as Elkhorn. So we are starting off at Dante Yard North. So we're going to get in here and get the locomotive set up, and we'll be on our way. All right. Get that there. Now we have 1, 2. Let's go 40 units. Forward. Not parallel shunt. We want it to be parallel. There we go. Headlights. Turn that on. Release that. Definitely release that. Hey, Pete, how are you? All right. Away we go. Nice Thursday evening service here on Clinchfield. We're here and we're going all the way up yonder. Good. Glad to hear it, Pete. Happy to have you here. I just had to run to the store, get a few snacks, get some stuff for breakfast in the morning and all that, so yeah. But yeah, I'm good otherwise. It's took a little nap earlier and watched the movie, one of the Mission Impossible movies. It was Ghost Protocol. I'd seen it before, but it was pretty good, so I watched it again. Yep, our lights are all on. This is a lot better on the. Yeah, I like watching them. The thing is on Amazon Prime, for instance, it'll be like you'll get one of them will be you could watch it for free, and then like a couple weeks later, it's like if you want to watch them again, it's like you got to pay for them. So Ghost Protocol is the only one that's free right now. Couldn't believe he was here in the UK. Oh yeah, yeah, for the most recent one, yeah. Yeah. I wonder if they're going to try to release that in the theaters this year, or if they're going to just go kind of like direct to like HBO or something. Or maybe do a deal with Paramount. Because I think Paramount is the one releasing it. Maybe they'll do it like on Paramount streaming service or something. Yeah, this route looks really good on the new system. I still want to see the new Top Gun movie eventually. I was really looking forward to that. I saw the commercials, before the pandemic really kicked off. The most commercial they did for the Super Bowl last year, and yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing that in the theaters, and now I don't know what the status is on that either. Yeah, I figure we'll surf on the F7 here for a short while. Nice sunny afternoon here on Clinchfield Railroad. Yeah, I really wanted to see the new Top Gun in the theater. So yeah, hopefully the theaters start putting stuff back out again, and fingers crossed. And I'll tell you what, as much crap as they give Tom Cruise, that dude does not look his age at all. I don't know how he does it, but yeah, he does not look his age. Yeah, he's fit. Yeah, pushing 60. Yeah, it does not look it. He looks like he's, in his mid-30s, almost 40. I don't know if it's his diet or what, but yeah, doesn't look his age. Well, we got a week now until the newest route is released. Hamburg to Lübeck. That's going to be a really good route, I think. The achievements are already loaded up in the game, or on my Xbox. So you can see them. When I totally forgot I should have put the, there we go. Yep, the achievements are already showing for the we'll just put the one on over there. We'll turn this one off. We don't need the one right over us. That's sufficient lighting right there. So yeah, really looking forward to the new route here in a week. We'll get that downloaded first thing Thursday morning. Probably need a drink of water here. Ugh, sorry about that. Hey, Mela, how are you? Welcome, welcome. We're just running some freight up to we're running it north. Florida perishables. So we're just cruising through the tunnel here. I think tomorrow I might do... I don't know. I'm good. Yeah, I'm doing good. I had a little nap. Watched. I was just telling Pete I watched Mission Impossible 4: Ghost Protocol, and just ran over to the CVS and got some popcorn and some water and some stuff for breakfast in the morning, and yeah, so I'm good. Trying to think. Well, I guess if I do a service on Sandpatch in the morning, yeah, if I do Sandpatch, get on Sandpatch, and then maybe do, because that's about 2 hours, 2.5, and then maybe finish it off with a run on Peninsula Corridor. Or maybe I'll just do two runs on Peninsula. Do a service to San Jose, or do one from San Jose to San Francisco, and then do a return service. So yeah, I may do that. Oops. I'm the only PD here, don't need to tag. Yeah. That's true. Wow, the train's still in that tunnel. Oh, let's get the window down. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's not. Some people were saying it's cold today, and it's not. It's like, it's nice. So yeah, I just walked up the street. I mean, it's not a far walk to the CVS store, so just ran over there real quick. It was a little bit busy in there. I was surprised. So yeah, I got some popcorn, got some breakfast bars, and some water. Hey! Welcome. Oh, look at... Chris is here. Daniel's here. Wow. 6 people in. Wow. Unexpected for a Thursday. Yeah, we're in the F7. We got our 2A units and 2B units. The B units are in the middle. We're just running this perishable goods up north. So that's where we are. We got to go all the way up there. Somebody's in our parking spot, it looks like, already. Finally out of bed now. Wow, 11:30 in the evening. You're finally out of bed. Well, congratulations, Daniel, for making it out of bed finally for the day. uh, hopefully everybody's doing well here on this Thursday evening, or almost early Friday morning for the folks in the UK. I was going to do a coal loading thing, but I thought, oh, let's do this. Yeah, maybe we'll just do, yes, Amilla, my meal is in the oven now. What is it? Is it a roast there, Daniel? Beef burgers, French fries with baked beans. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, pretty tasty. I call that a kid's meal when I have it. Well, yeah, that's like easy stuff you can make for kids, that's for sure. You won't. I don't think any kids will really. If they complain about that, there's something wrong. I'm a big kid, Pete. How many burgers, Daniel? Big or small? Two burgers, Amella. Mm. Now I want to run over to Walmart and get me some hamburger patties that are like formed up already, and you just put them in the oven or whatever. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so we had some folks come through, ask about power stuff. I guess they're looking at possibly adding solar power to the building. So they were just asking I guess they're just trying to get like a feel for anybody, people who are interested in that sort of thing and stuff like that. But anyway, sorry about that. So, nope, I just had to go. Sorry, it was an unexpected visit. So, anyway, let's get back to it. I didn't expect all that tonight. It's almost 7 in the evening, Alright, let's see how we're making along there. So we're almost at our first junction here. So, doing pretty good. 18 miles as the crow flies. Let's take a look at the back of the train here. Oh, there we go, there's our caboose. I guess the governor of New York here has directed as many places as possible to go green. So I guess eventually, somehow, we're going to be tied up to a solar farm. I don't know where that would be around here. I got like a whole group of people walking around talking to the people. Hey, well, I'm back too there, Daniel. I guess you got your food out of the oven, huh? I got to talking to about solar energy and how our apartment complex is going to be hooked up to a solar farm eventually. I just don't know where their solar farm is. And the crazy thing is, it's not like we get, sun. It's not a very sunny place. So I don't really know how that's going to work out. So, yeah, that's the only thing, is it's usually kind of cloudy here, so I don't know how well that solar farm is going to work. we'll see how that whole thing plays out later on sometime. Although I'm out of here. If I ever win the lottery, I'm out of here anyway. You have to say, this really looks good on the new system. Trees look really good. The colors are much better, I think. The lighting overall, that's the first thing I noticed when I got this thing fired up yesterday. The lighting is just way better. All right, come to that junction there. Across this nice bridge over the road. Yep, and I submitted my final essay proposal to my science fiction teacher. She gave it the thumbs up and gave me some guidance on what she expects for the paper. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, I did it. Oh, I goofed that one, didn't I? No, maybe not. Yeah, it is. Gonna have to stop that and reset it. Luckily for us, okay. Lucky for us, we're facing downhill, so it won't take much to get this thing moving. Shouldn't. Nope, there we go. Still where it's supposed to be. That's kind of odd. Pretty sure I'd reset it. Going downhill, why would it roll backwards? What did I miss? Alright, now I think the wheels are finally... The brakes are finally off. There we go. Okay. And then one of the other things I got to work on this weekend is my book presentation for my German class. We have to put together a quote-unquote poster, although it's not like a traditional poster. It's going to be a PowerPoint presentation. So, yeah, about the book All Quiet on the Western Front. Really have enjoyed that book. I totally get the author and the characters, mainly because they're all serving in a war zone, and so I kind of understand what the author is trying to say through the characters, so really enjoyed that. Nope. That's right, I can't pop out because we got part of the train in the tunnel there. Oh, it's still here, Amilla. I had to pause it because I had some unexpected. We had some people come through talking about that eventually our apartment complex is going to be drawing power from a solar farm. So they were just kind of giving out information about that and what to expect and things like that. So, no, the stream's still going. I had to pause the game, that's all. So, nope, should still be going. It's showing that I'm moving, so. Oh, we got 77 miles driven. Nice. Solar power for Addie's internet. Yeah, so it was quite an unexpected thing. So yeah, still going. Just had to. Like I said, I didn't expect to be gone for. I didn't know who was at the door. So I didn't want to ignore it. So. It wasn't like I was expecting a delivery or anything either. So. Yeah. So. Just surfing there. That's right, Pete. We're just surfing along here on the Clinchfield Road with the number 811 leading the charge, followed by the 855B unit, 863B unit, and the 820A units. So, yeah. Just had a little hiccup with the brakes. I had to stop and try to reset the system, so yeah. But yeah, I just got to put together that presentation for next week. I think a week from today we'll do that for German class. That's pretty much going to be it. We don't have a final for that class. All of our tests are essentially done. Our only homework is to get the book presentation together, wrap up any other voice threads that we haven't done or whatever. So yeah, it's all coming to an end. For Afterlives, we just have to submit a syllabus, what we would use for the, if we were going to teach the course. It's like, just don't pick like a movie and that's it. That's not going to be enough for a whole semester. So, think about books, think about movies, television shows, kind of mix it up a little bit. So we just have to have that submitted, I think, by next week. And then I just have an 8 to 10 page essay for early modern England history. And I've got an extension on that. So I don't remember what date that's going to be due by, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. Everything's finally coming to an end. My academic career is coming to an end, and I'm okay with that. How is it possible that we're dropping speed? God, this is all the way off. It's like I keep having to put the throttle on to go downhill. I guess campus security sent out an email earlier this evening about a group of kids, not college kids, but a group of kids, like teenagers, going around harassing people on campus. It's like, wow, you guys can't even handle dealing with teenagers, huh? Like barely high school kids. So I guess they're looking for information about those knuckleheads. Alright, so we're going to pass this junction here. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not going to miss about not being at school anymore is these ridiculous emails that get sent out. I mean, well, I shouldn't say they're ridiculous. It's just I don't live in the area. It doesn't seem like somebody can keep control of their kids. So, yeah. I think it's just knuckleheads being knuckleheads, just running around spouting out nonsense. Apparently, there's a report a group of college-age males, that's all they said, driving around. Oh, you're finally eating now. Nice, Daniel. Driving around in a car, shouting out nonsense to people as they drive by, and you know, idiots being idiots, you know. But yeah, getting emails of all that stuff, I'm not gonna miss that. Like, what are they gonna do to the people that, if they catch them, the people that are driving around in this car? You know, are they gonna be expelled? You know, are they? What's the outcome gonna be? Yeah, that does sound like a. Oh, I've got your apple crumble in the oven too. Nice. That does sound good too. I know I want some like freshly made apple pie, hot out of the oven. That sounds good. Maybe some ice cream on the side. Mmm. Yeah. My grandmother used to make fresh, from scratch, pumpkin pie for like around Halloween or even for Thanksgiving. She wouldn't make the sweet potato pie, she'd make pumpkin pie. Everything was made from scratch. You know, my ex-girlfriend, she bakes a lot too. She bakes and raises money for her church. Whatever, like a bake sale. Don't tell Amela, she'll get jealous. Yeah. I miss fresh baked stuff. Always a good thing. Right. We're not quite halfway there. Almost. Pretty soon we'll be about halfway to our destination. Yeah, I've not had. Oh boy. Well, let's see. It would be last homemade, like home cooked meal I've had would be back in December of 2019. Yeah, when I was over at my radio production professor's house for the holidays, for Christmas. He and his wife hosted me over there for Christmas dinner. Really good. That's the last home cooked meal I've had. I mean, I cook my own stuff, but not. She may see it. Yeah, you're right, Pete. She may not be paying attention right now, but she'll come back and be like, "What's all this about food? What?" Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had a home cooked meal in quite a while. There's always something to be said about a home cooked meal. You know, when you cook for yourself, you're like, I'll just make pasta or something really simple. It just doesn't have the same feeling to it. We're about halfway. hard to tell with this map. It's so zigzaggy, you know. So it was certainly fun doing that service this morning on the it's nearly Saturday again. Yeah, I know, Daniel. It's time for your fish and chips already. Before you know it. Oh yeah, I was on Tees Valley Line. That's right. I had to think about that for a moment. What did I do again? Oh yeah, Tees Valley Line. So yeah, that was fun this morning. Got a silver out of it, but yeah, that was not a that was nowhere near a perfect service. Oh, that's all right. It happens. I do like this cool little wind thing, I guess. Oh, I got another tunnel coming up. Nice. Haddock, you know. I think I've had some haddock before. It's pretty tasty. Yeah, that run on Tees Valley was pretty good this morning. Reckon Ryan's probably not up and about. He probably got home and went straight to bed and went to sleep. Sounds like he had a lot of driving today. Another tunnel. So I think this question has been asked already a couple times. So who's excited for Hamburg to Lübeck? Or who's not excited for Hamburg to Lübeck? That might be the more important question. Who's not excited for it? If you're not, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know why nobody wouldn't be. Why anybody would feel like, nah, I'm not excited for it. Not sure yet. That's all right, Pete. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people streaming it, and if you're on the fence, and that should give you some indication of whether you're going to buy it or not. I mean, the way I look at it, that's the great thing about this game, and by its own measure. To be honest, I don't really have many of the German. Yeah, I mean, I think the German roots are a bit of a. Well, I don't know if I want to say they're an acquired taste, but they do offer something a little bit different than either the American or British roots. Because most of them, with a few exceptions, you have passenger and freight, and this will be no exception. So you get the best of both worlds. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Only one that doesn't have freight, that maybe eventually will have it added, is the Munich to Augsburg. But right now, that's just passenger service. I think they were going to have freight, but then that's when they discovered the whole issue with the layers and all that mess. So. Oh, but that's the one thing I do like about the German routes. For the most part, you get freight and passenger, and so you could spend your time doing one or the other, or one time, like when I was doing, I tried to mix it up. One route would be passenger, one route would be freight on the German routes. Now, freight. I don't feel like freight works very well on Hamburg to Cologne to Aachen. The freight there it just seems like it doesn't want to get going, Still don't quite understand how we're on 0.4% downhill. I just like to get in and drive, don't want to be messing around with all the safety systems. And that's the great thing about this game too. You don't have to put the safety systems on if you don't want. And if anybody tells you differently, well, that's just their own stupidity. If you don't want to drive with the CIFA or PZB or any of that other stuff on there, Bella finally got the word about the food. Yeah, I mean that's the truly great thing, I think, is you don't have to have all that on if you don't want to. There's really no nothing to say that you have to have all that stuff on. So yeah, that's there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I mean, the opposite of that though is, it does in a way. And Joe was right when I first started watching Joe streams. Joe said, "Look, it's not hard to learn, but it is more rewarding if you're able to have all that stuff on there." And I think that's very true. but it's not required. You're not going to lose your, you're not going to be out of anything if you don't have it on. You know, you could just drive and do your passenger services and drop your passengers off and pick passengers up and go on your way. So that's the truly great part about the game, I think. And here we are, another tunnel. I'll put AWS and DSD on the British trains. I don't mind that. Yeah. I will admit, PZB. I was a bit worried about PZB and CFUB, especially PZB. I was like, well, either one. I was just like, I don't know what to do, But I just was like, well, let me try. And he said, of course, pick any of the German routes. It's not that hard. And I was like, I think I did 5 services in a row on rapid transit, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I got it this time. And yeah, so it there is a sense of accomplishment if you can run a service with it on, but it's not required. And when people come into streams and say, oh, you have to have this, you have to honk the horn 4 times before you go in the tunnel, and then you have to like get up and do the do-si-do around your seat. No, I am not doing the do-si-do around the seat. You may get 2 toots of the horn. That's about it. This isn't real life. This isn't fantasy, as Queen once said. This is just simulation. Well, I guess you could say it's like fantasy, Yeah, hook 34. Yeah, no, not gonna get the horn honked 34 times. None of that silliness. I must have really goofed up the brakes because. One should be all set to cut out, so I wonder if that might be the problem. I don't know. Your Apple. Oh, jealousy. Yeah. Whatever, same thing. I was just grabbing a handful of popcorn and I looked over, saw Mella's comment. Now, Mella, you know who's the Dovetail Games person that said that? Was it Matt or was it Sam or who was it that said nobody should be telling anybody how to play this game? One's a crumble, one's a pie. Either way, it's got apple and it's yummy. I think we can all agree on that. I remember you said somebody had mentioned in a stream or in the forums or something about Sam. Yeah, there you go. So I like watching the streams. Of course, I watch them after the fact. I like Sam. Sam does not mince words. Sam doesn't take any crap from the chat. He has no problem, calling knuckleheads out in the chat. You're reminding them that if they keep acting up, then they'll just not get an answer, and they'll just keep skipping over their question. So yeah, Sam. That's the one thing I've noticed. I think since I've watched the streams more I try to watch him as regularly as I can, but Sam does not take crap from anybody, and I like that. He's got the I think I've seen Natalie and Jamie before, but Sam, he's got his demeanor on the chat though, or in the streams, is he's way more determined. He's got like that, serious look on his face, like, I think I think in some ways they're reaching the point of they're getting fed up with the silliness. And I think he's just not going to hide it anymore. He's not going to mince words anymore. So, yeah, I would agree. And I think it would help, because I mean, Natalie's supposed to be the community person. It would help if Natalie was in some of these roadmap streams to kind of talk to the community, maybe before, like a pre-stream show. Natalie just lays down the law and says, look, you know the rules. If you keep acting up, you're just going to be kicked. So no spamming in the chat. Yeah, he does. Absolutely, Daniel, he does. Yeah, but I think they just need to be clear. If you keep up spamming in the chat, we're just not going to put up with it anymore, and we're just going to kick you. And you're not going to be able to come back in. Or you can watch, but you're just not going to be able to comment or anything. So, yeah, I think they're reaching that limit of tolerance with the community. So, yeah, but I know that's her job is supposed to be like the community manager. So, maybe she just gotta make it clear that certain things just aren't going to be tolerated anymore. I watched the ticker tape thing that they had on the bottom of the Twitch stream about the, if you got suggestions, put it in the forums. I do generally believe that they really want to hear. If there's something that people want and they can figure out a way to do it, I think they will. But it's all, of course, within the limits of, business stuff and, what do you call it? Money and brands and stuff like that. All the, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, all that legal stuff basically has to be dealt with as well. It's not a simple, oh, we're just going to put Burlington Northern Santa Fe, on Train Sim World 2. No, they have to have agreements and stuff like that. So there's a lot of legal back and forth, I think, that they have to deal with. So yeah, but I get the sense that they're reaching that boiling point with the community, and I think they're just. Oh, you're driving the M7 Hellas, right? Well, look at you, all special like that, Amela. You want a cookie or something? Well, for Amela, I think it is because she knows the route fairly well now. I think. I would like Evan as a dovetail game. Yeah, because Evan would just be like, "What's wrong with you, you plum?" I just said. Yeah. Although I think they would. Well, I guess that would be a good thing, because Evan would. It would be kind of like it would force. People would get fed up and they would try to complain, but they're just like, well, that's Evan's job. If you act like a plum, then you're going to get called a plum, and that's that. You know, don't act like a plum and you won't be called one. You know, that's what Sam would say, I think. You know, that would be, I think that would be cool if he could get an internship at Dovetail Games at some point. I think oh man, it would be phenomenal. And coming to you live from his room, Evan. How are you, Evan? I'm doing well, you plum. Oh boy. Yeah. That would be comedy gold, I think. I know it would rankle some people, but it would be worth it, I think. Especially if like Davidoff came into the stream and started talking his nonsense, and Evan just be like, you know what, you're kicked. We're not even gonna waste our time. F7 just sitting there. Why, F7, you could join right behind the caboose. You could give some little extra power. Hey, well, yeah, what do you think of this, Evan? Maniac. Yeah. So, especially, could you imagine, like, if if Evan was in there and Matt was driving a train and Matt you're like, you maniac, what are you doing? Oh, that would be priceless too. He'd just be like, Matt, just restart the service, Matt. There's no point. Oh. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, too funny. All right, we're in the home stretch now. Our parking spot is free. Just double check those switches real quick. Looks like we're okay. Everything else is automatic. Yeah, good stuff. That would be awesome. Well, if we had been interrupted earlier, we'd probably be just about pulling into our stopping point there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting for the day. It's gonna. I've just popped on the kettle and need a mug of tea. There you go. I'm waiting for the day though that, and hopefully it doesn't really happen, but if the silliness just gets to be too much in the roadmap stream, that they just say, you know what, you've got the written word, that's all you're gonna get. We're done. We're stopping the stream right now. I wonder if they I would get fired day one. No, I don't think so. Like, I think that they're like they want the community to communicate with them. I truly believe that. But then you have people that just ruin it. You know, they can't accept the word no. They can't. You know, they fuss because they're not getting the route that they want this time, and you know. Oh, 313's taken forever. Well, I mean, would you rather Dovetail Games, if the locomotive was broken, would you rather that they release it broken, or would you rather that they take the time and fix it and try to make it as good as possible before they give it to us? I think everybody'd rather to have a train that works, you know. So if it takes them a little extra time, then so be it. It's not the end of the world. I'd rather that they take the time. Oh, we gotta get a picture of that. Hold on. That looks good. Upload failed. What the? Gee whiz. Oh, man. That was a good picture, too. Oh, well. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm wondering if there's ever going to be a point where they're just going to be like, you know what? The silliness has gotten out of control. We're not going to stream. We're not going to do a roadmap stream until, you know, people can learn how to act properly in the chat. So, yeah. Mel be making all M7s. No. No, I don't think she would. I think if a Mello was working for Dovetail Games, she'd be one of those people like, hey, we got to go after more routes. You know, let's get some new stuff. Let's get some, you know. She would go to, you know, I think she'd talk to areas outside of Long Island Railroad. You know, like, hey, can we get your route on our game? You know. I think what I sense, and I sense this from Matt especially, because he has his little model railroad set up and all that, but I really get the sense that the people that work there are passionate about trains, and that's a good thing. And, you know, I don't think they'd be working there if they weren't. I'd be shocked if that was the case. I get the sense this is a long tunnel. Oh, there's the end. Yeah, I do get the sense that they really care about the game and they want to make it as best as possible, you know. And now that I've got a next-gen console, I can't wait to see what the next iteration of Train Sim World looks like. All right, 4.5 miles to go. As the train flies. Oh, we're almost there. Good run. Oops. Let's see how many. Ooh. I will be very close to getting the 100 miles on the F7. Hopefully by the time we reach that, we will have reached 100 miles on this locomotive. Doesn't seem like it takes very much to get it done. Yeah, this has been a good stream, other than the interruption. bells again. No. I had my, for some reason my plug got loose on my laptop sitting right next to me. No, I'm good. My water bottle that was sitting right next to my computer, when I was trying to plug the plug back in, I accidentally bumped it, so it fell, so it's all good. That's all. I'm fine. I didn't slip and fall, and I can't get up or nothing crazy like that. Not like one of those commercials with the old lady, I've fallen and I can't get up. Nope, nothing like that. I hope if I get to that point, I'm in a rest home or something. Somebody can come in and pick me up. So, no, it's all good. I bought one of those insulated water bottles for when I was working at the community college. So, because when I'd get there, they have those filtered water, water fountain things, and you could put the bottle underneath there, and you could fill the whole thing up. It was nice cold water. So, when I was working in the dark room, say like on a Saturday, I would just have that bottle with me, and that way, because I was trying to cut out drinking soda, so I would always try to have that with me so I could just drink water instead of drinking soda. So, yeah. Just now got the lightsaber mod for FS19. Oh. Yeah, they put a bunch of them in, I think, around the campus. So yeah, it's got like the number of, when you fill it up, it says how many plastic bottles you saved by using that instead and stuff like that. So yeah, and especially during the summer when I was working, because they didn't over the summer they don't have like the little cafe there. They have a normal cafeteria, but they have a small one that's open during the semesters, but during the summer they close it down because they have very few people on campus. So for lunch we'd either go, there was a Thai place right across the street from campus. We'd go there sometimes, or go to Moe's, or there was a Speedy. So they have these things called Speedy sandwiches. The chicken, it's got this special sauce on it called Speedy sauce, and you get a Speedy sandwich. So yeah, otherwise it was kind of a up in the air thing for lunch, where you had to kind of bring your own. So sometimes I do that. Bring some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something. But I do miss working there because they, my department chair and one of the other professors, if we were working hard, and, I'm gonna go for lunch. I don't got any cash on me. That's okay, I'll cover you. So yeah, they did take pretty good care of me, I have to admit. But I reckon those days are over. There we go, through another tunnel coming up. Yeah, I miss working there on campus, but I don't think they've got the money for it anymore. But I may send them an email and say, hey, you know, if you guys got some hours up, you willing to work over the summer here and there. Because it really wasn't hard work, to be honest. But now that we kind of set everything up, because we had to. So one of the things we did a couple summers back, we put all the equipment that we had into a database so that the students could sign it out, and it was, yeah, like a scan gun, and it would scan in like their ID and it barcode all the equipment, and so that way it negated the need for paperwork, and then it automatically generated an email at a certain point in the semester, reminding the student that their equipment was going to be due on a certain date. So, because a lot of them would lose the paperwork and totally forget, and then they'd be wanting stuff, and they go to sign up for class, and they're like, I got a hold on my account. Yeah, because you owe these. Oh my goodness, the camera. Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so. But that took quite a bit of time because we had to go through everything, identify broken equipment so that it could be repaired and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. All right, 2.2 miles. Let's see how we're doing on the. Look at that. We're almost there. 100 miles in the F7 already. Fancy. All right. Yeah, it was good times. I really enjoyed it. It was a, you know, when I it's 3 years now. It was when it'll be 3 years this summer. I first worked there. I was still a student. Worked our butts off over that summer of 2018. I quit my job at the hospital. All it took was one question. My photography teacher said, "Are you happy working there?" I'm like, "No, not really." She's like, "Well, then why don't you come work at the school?" I'm like, "What? What? Doing what?" Being a media tech. Oh. And you could work in the dark room. I'm like, oh. And then that led to tutoring. And I was initially I was a transporter, so I would pick people up from their rooms in the hospital, bring them down for their diagnostic imaging appointments, or if it was like an emergency thing, like if somebody had fallen, we got to bring them down for an MRI. If somebody, like in the ICU, sometimes we had to bring patients down last minute for tests. Something was happening. Then I worked as an aide on the oncology floor, which was it was tough because you're dealing with a lot of hospice. Oh, nice, Daniel. You're dealing with a lot of hospice patients that are there for basically end of life care, cancer patients, and all that. So yeah, it was. But yeah, I had moved out of being a transporter. I was on the oncology floor because I was thinking about trying to go to nursing school, and then me and chemistry didn't see eye to eye, so that didn't work out. So yeah, so I ended up I was working only on a Saturday because I was going to school, and my boss was like, "Well, now that the school's over, I need you to pick up more hours," and I'm just like, I really didn't want to, like I need you to work more, and I'm not interested. And so when I was at my photography teacher, the dark room that she works here in town, and I was telling her about some of the shenanigans, some of the, so she's like, are you happy there? And I'm like, no, not really. I thought I would have been because I was a medic in the army, but I'm like, no, I'm miserable. So she's like, well, aren't you working on campus? I'm like, what? Really? Doing what? And she told me, she's like, you could be a media tech, you could help us get things reset for the semester, and then train you up. You could work in the dark room. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll finish drinking my tea, then I'll make some custard. So yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed. It was hard. Oh, there we go. 100 miles in the F7. Woohoo! There we are. Winner, chicken dinner. So, yeah, I really enjoyed. The only thing was that sometimes the students didn't always want to follow the rules. That was the only gripe I had. But on average, most of the kids would come in and just get their work done. And then that eventually led to tutoring students on the autism spectrum in photography. Not teaching, but in tutoring them, yeah. In that, so, yeah. But of course, everything fell apart with the COVID situation. I think I had one student that I was going to tutor, one or two students that I was going to tutor in beginning photography. I think I had possibly one or two students that I was going to tutor in radio production, and then everything just kind of went kaput. So, yeah, but it is what it is. All right, we are finally coming to the end here. About time. So yeah, I've got some certificates from tutoring. Yeah. But they were so... It was difficult sometimes because they would, like, do you really need this many hours to tutor? It's like, well, it's beginning photo, and you're trying to instruct or tutor somebody who has no concept of black and white photography. So it's not like you can tell somebody in 30 minutes what to do. So, yeah. Matter of fact, I haven't talked to my photography teacher in a while. I gotta get in touch with her again at some point. All right. Well, you know what's getting ready to happen, folks. Matter of fact, before we go any further, let's do that. Let's save it in case we run into a unfortunate incident here at the end. Let's get ourselves positioned here. All right, let's see if we can try to get this on the first stop and not have to inch forward a little bit at a time. That's going to be. All right, here we go. No, we're gonna spat it, of course we are. Oh, man. Oh, wait, no. We didn't. Wait, how did that happen? Look at that. It did spat. Huh. Interesting. Got silver out of that. Well, man. Oh, well. No, but it didn't spad me though. That's the crazy part. I wonder if that's just a trick to make you think that you're, like, oh, I'm good. Oh, it didn't penalize me. It kept going. That's weird. So I think that I wonder if that's just like a weird, like a glitch. Maybe that's not supposed to be there. So, red set. Yeah, yeah. So I wonder, but there was one right by that stop point. So, yeah, that's really strange. So anyway, well, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you, Amela. Appreciate that. So yeah, I will catch you all.